I never thought the house I grew up in would become a place where I felt unsafe. For years, it was just me and my mom. She worked hard, struggled a lot, but she was my safe place. Everything changed the day she introduced Daniel, her new boyfriend. At first he seemed charming. He brought flowers for her, smiled too much, laughed too loud. Everyone told my mom how lucky she was. But I felt something strange the first time his eyes lingered too long on me. I tried to ignore it. Tried to tell myself I was imagining things. But the truth is I wasn't. One night, we were all watching a movie. My mom fell asleep on the couch, her head leaning against Daniel's shoulder. The room was dark except for the flickering TV light. I shifted to stand up and head to my room. That's when it happened. I felt his hand brush against my leg. At first, I thought it was an accident. But then his fingers slid behind my thigh and held me there. Firm. Too firm. My entire body froze. I closed my eyes, hoping it would stop, hoping I was wrong. The weight of his hand burned into my skin. My heart raced in my chest so loudly I was sure he could hear it that I wanted to scream. I wanted to push him away. But my mom was right there, sleeping peacefully, and I knew, if I said something in that moment, her world would shatter. So I stayed quiet. When he finally pulled his hand back, I rushed to my room, shut the door, and pressed my back against it. My breaths came out in short, sharp gasps. I felt disgusted, scared, and guilty for not speaking up. The days that followed were worse. He acted normal. Smiled at me over breakfast. I couldn't tell my mom. She was so happy, happier than I'd seen her in years. Daniel was everything she thought she needed. A stable man. A partner who made her laugh. I couldn't be the one to take that away. But inside, I was breaking. I started locking my bedroom door at night. I avoided sitting near him. I stayed longer at school just so I wouldn't have to be home. My mom noticed, of course. She asked me what was wrong, but I just shook my head. I'm fine, I'd say, forcing a smile. I wasn't fine. One evening, I overheard them talking in the kitchen. My mom's voice was soft. Daniel, I don't know what's going on with her. She's been so distant lately. His answer made my stomach twist. Teenagers, you know. She'll come around. That's when I realized he knew exactly what he was doing. And he was counting on me to stay silent. The breaking point came a week later. My mom had gone to the store, leaving me alone with him. I stayed in my room, pretending to study. I heard his footsteps in the hallway. They stopped outside my door. My chest tightened. The doorknob rattled, but I had locked it. Relief washed over me, followed by cold terror as he knocked softly. You don't have to be afraid of me, he whispered through the door. That was it. The fear turned into anger. I grabbed my phone and called the one person I trusted, my aunt. Words spilled out between tears, and she told me not to open the door, not to say a word to him, and that she was on her way. Minutes later, I heard her pounding on the front door. Daniel tried to act casual, but the moment she stepped inside, she saw my face. She knew. She took me with her that night. I finally told her everything, every detail. She held me, her voice trembling with rage, and promised me I'd never have to be near him again. When my mom found out, she cried harder than I'd ever seen. She wanted to believe I was wrong. But deep down she knew. She left him within days. It broke her heart, but she told me, "You are more important than anyone else. If I failed to see the truth, I'll never make that mistake again." It took me months to feel safe again, to breathe without fear in my own home. But I learned something powerful. Silence only protects the wrong people. And that night when his hand gripped behind my thigh, it didn't just freeze me. It changed everything.